Grandmaster Sports Handicapper Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com, previews Week 1 of college football weather with betting systems.
I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com. It is Week 1 of college football. I've got Week 1 weather, but more importantly, on top of that, I've got some phenomenal systems. And as you know, I'm 13-7 already this year in football, including 1-0, our only college football release week 0, Nevada. That was an easy winner. I've got a massive portfolio up for Week 1 in college football. I got 6 winners for the Friday portfolio. I've got a bunch of winners as well. 15 total winners from Thursday through Sunday, including a couple of the big marquee games, Clemson and Georgia, USC and Texas. All that and more, offshoreinsiders.com. You certainly want to lock into one of those long-term packages right now. I got a full season package, and I have every reason to believe this is going to be our best year ever. Now, here are some weather conditions that are of concern for Week 1, but we've got a tremendous system. Non-conference game, low winds, high temperature, total 58 or less. It does go over at a 194, 133, and 7 rate. And it's important that I keep saying over because, maybe my knee-jerk reaction is to say under. A majority of my systems are under systems, but this happens to be a great over system, and it makes perfect sense. Check offshoreinsiders.com, our YouTube channel or our podcast, and make sure you do follow me at Offshore Insider with no S. But we had a free play earlier, and it was backed by a bunch of stuff that had some computer systems that included this system that I'm bragging to you about. But it makes a lot of sense because when it is very hot out, if the defense, anytime the ball gets beyond the line of scrimmage, the defense, they're always, all 11 guys are pursuing the ball carrier. Whereas opposed to the offensive lineman, their job is essentially done. And the quarterback, his job is essentially done. He completes the ball downfield. He's not running downfield. So there is little debate whatsoever, and our research proves it, that the hot weather is going to wear down the defenses long before it is on the offenses. Also, as I said, this is a non-conference system, so therefore there's a lack of familiarity. And because the offense sets the pace and sets the tone, our research has proven that non-conference games do tend to benefit the over a little bit more, where there is some familiarity that does benefit the defenses. Or I should more specifically say non-conference games benefits the offenses, not necessarily the over, although, of course, it does benefit the over. But anyway, so that's why this system, without question, works. Now, who does it apply to this weekend? Based on the current weather conditions, it would favor, again, the over on all the following games. Clemson, Georgia. Wyoming, Arizona State. Boise, Georgia Southern. Old Dominion, South Carolina. Miami of Florida and Florida. UTEP in Nebraska. Virginia Tech and Vanderbilt. And again, I already have a free play on one of those games because a bunch of computer systems also favor the over. Make sure you check out either our podcast or YouTube channel to see where this system is backed up by all kinds of computer programs and power ratings. Now, wind speeds over 13 miles per hour go under at a 683, 501, and 14 rate. Hope I don't really need to explain that because teams are going to pass a lot less. The passing game is much tougher in high winds. However, in Week 1, at press time, it does not apply to any games. But of course, as we get a little closer to game time, that is subject to change. Visit offshoreinsiders.com for all the sharpest plays. I'm going to have my best year ever. You want to know why? A lot of you go back to me on the Score Phone days, the old 976 lock line, which goes back to 1980, then the Super Lock line, then the Score Phone Master Lock line. It's a long story short, but with changes in the industry, we essentially merged the Master Lock line into the outsourced picks on Joe Duffy's picks. So now the highest rated players and the highest rated handicappers and the highest rated sports gamblers will all be as outsourced picks on Joe Duffy's picks. And our AI is better than ever. Computer systems and especially our power ratings and simulator, better than ever. Almost definitely going to be the greatest football season in handicapping history. Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com.
Since 1988, Joe Duffy of offshoreinsiders.com has set the gold standard in football handicapping. Leveraging cutting-edge AI and advanced analytics, Joe Duffy is the go-to expert for NFL and college football picks. Trust the specialist. Get your winners today at offshoreinsiders.com.